What is up, people? I am almost certainly real. We are doing a rogue run. We're running kind of with no Midas Curse and kind of running at a little bit of a slow speed. This is the first time I did this run, and it goes kind of crazy. But I wasn't really sure what was going to happen at this point and how it was going to work. So we start with kind of this weird skill that sort of shoots behind us. It's a little bit difficult to use, but we're looking for two things. So we're looking for the homing missile, and we're looking for the lightning AoE skill. And that is because those combo together at 15 and give you a skill that gives you experience bonus. So the rogue has some bonuses with experience. The rogue gets essentially double stat points when you hit level 10. And I thought that would be a good combo, but it turns out there's kind of an even more insane combo with this rogue. So Psy Barrier is the skill that combos with our Dagger Rain. That's what we started with. Yeah, so I'm going to do quite a bit of fast forwarding and kind of skipping ahead with this because this is not really the most exciting part of the game. We're just running around trying to get experience, really trying to get that electrostatic AoE skill and also our homing missile. We really want to get those to a level 15 as soon as possible. On this run, I think we actually get pretty bad luck in terms of getting them to 15 and getting them quickly, but it doesn't really matter in the end. But that's just really kind of what you're doing at this point. I pick up Stormcaller as kind of my fifth skill, so you're going to have one skill that you can take, and I think Stormcallers are pretty good choice. It's a consistent AoE. Eventually, you do need to get some wisdom, and you do need to get points into Stormcaller before it's consistently up, but you can get to the point where you actually have two of them down. And so I think that it's a good skill. I don't know that it's the best skill for this build, but it works. So if you're not sure, if you're not that familiar with the game, go ahead and pick it. I personally have not actually used all the skills in the game, so I'm not sure if there is something better. If you do know something that might work a bit better, do post in comments. But yeah, once we get that stuff online, as long as you have enough points in the electrostatic, you can almost just kind of stand in one spot and farm like that. So it's pretty chill, and later on it is extremely chill. At 15 here, we finally get the homing missile, so that's kind of what we were looking for. We've got all the skills we want, but we definitely need to get quite a few levels in them because we need to get that homing missile to 15 and need to finish up getting our electrostatic up to 15 as well. So let's jump ahead here to the Wave 61 boss. This is where we get our first ultimate. We do not actually get the experience one we want. I think getting the experience one first is absolutely better. But again, it doesn't really matter. So there we get that Psy Barrier and we get this ultimate booster. So this spell does no damage. Instead, it boosts all stats by 40%. So this, I had no idea this is what you actually got with this combo. This is the first time I've done this combo. First time I've really done this run. But that bonus absolutely goes crazy. And keep in mind that we can level up our ultimate skills, right? So it starts at a 40% bonus, and I don't know quite where we get it to, but it goes up an insane amount. So let's go ahead and jump cut up to where we get our next ultimate unlocked. Yeah, so we got ourselves another boss. The bosses are crazy for getting your skills up because they just give so many points. And we've got a bunch of luck. I think I got a little bit of other skill points, but mostly we picked up luck just to try to get those 3 chests. Because the rogue gets +1 level, and the chests are just great anyways. So there's that electrostatic +3, and we get ultimate growth. This skill does no damage. Instead, orbs are magnetized and experience for further levels is reduced by 50%. This is crazy. So you can see here we're 36, and then I think we hit 37 pretty quickly. Yep. And it's kind of weird. So there's different points in the game where you get insane amounts of experience, and there's other points in the game where you get kind of a trickle of experience. It comes in kind of these waves. Sort of depends on what types of enemies are spawning. This is a good amount of experience here, you can see. And this is sort of what the rest of the run looks like, us just getting an insane amount of experience, leveling up our skills. I get a mix of wisdom, intelligence, luck, willpower, I think. One thing to keep in mind is that the wisdom and intelligence actually cap out. So yeah, here you can see we upgrade our ultimate skills, and that gives us even more bonus experience, which gives us even more stat points, and then our stat points get boosted by our other ultimate. So I actually end up putting way too many points into wisdom and intelligence because I don't realize that eventually they cap out. But I was trying to get my wisdom to the point where I could have 100% uptime on my Stormcaller and my Psy Barrier. I was able to get this Stormcaller to the point where you have 2 of them, but I was never able to get to 100% uptime on the Psy Barrier just because of the way that it caps out at 50% basically. Yeah, so our gold doesn't go up that much right now. It's still pretty slow at 25 minutes, but it just starts to keep going up and up because our luck just starts getting out of control as we get more and more. Yeah, and that's basically it. This is the build more or less. I was really not expecting there to be that experience percentage boost in that Psy Barrier and Knife Rain combo. Or Arrow Rain. Yeah, whatever that pink Arrow Rain skill is. Dagger Rain. Okay, Dagger Rain. I'm not actually sure what skill is best to max out. I think the Stormcaller is pretty good because eventually you can get 2 Stormcallers down at a time, and then they sort of have double uptime on that. The Dagger Fall does feel pretty good as well. It seems like there's kind of like some max AoE type stuffs and max cooldown reductions. There's a bunch of kind of limits in this game where I don't exactly know where they all are. Wisdom is 50% spell recharge and intelligence is 100% spell AoE, but it does seem like the skills themselves also have some kind of limits as well. Yeah, so this roll for extra stats is also insane because we get double out of that being a rogue, and then we're just getting like ultimate growth, which lets us level up even faster. And then later on, we pick up more of that ultimate booster because that ultimate booster is kind of multiplying the stats that we get. So I think you definitely want to get the more experience earlier on and then start multiplying those stats later. That's kind of the most efficient way to do it. I don't know what the exact most efficient combo is. I kind of go back and forth between the two. To be honest, towards the end of the game, I'm actually like just getting luck and only getting the booster because I'm kind of like ready for the game to the end. I actually, well, I will not ruin the end. I'm going to jump ahead there, though, to kind of the last couple minutes of the round. Okay, you can see now that we are at about 490 million. Level 318, we're on level 317. Stuff is getting closer, right? But not quite getting to us. I think at some point I took a hit. I don't remember exactly what level, but you can see the bosses absolutely get wiped. I'm not sure exactly how the boss health scales, but the boss health definitely scales not perfectly. Like, it seems like the enemies actually end up having like more health than the bosses somehow. But yeah, we hit 500 million here, and then I'm a little bit confused because we're not going up at all, right? And I actually go ask in the Discord, if 500 million is the max. Okay, yeah, so I will freeze frame here. You can see that we have 1,500 luck, 1,300 wisdom. I think, honestly, you only need like 200 wisdom to cap out. And same with like intelligence, so we're way overdone on wisdom. Willpower as well, we've got a bunch of that, but I've just been going into luck for the last little bit. Looking like about level 188 there on the Dagger Rain. Our different ultimates are kind of 37 and 22 there, or 36 and 22. I stopped getting ultimate growth kind of a while ago because I was kind of honestly ready for the round to end, and I figured I'd just pump ultimate booster and my experience gain would slow down and we would eventually sort of die. But yeah, that did not happen. You can see here, even though we have not got very much in the experience gain, we're still gaining experience super quickly. So I think that, like, if you were to have more levels than that, I'm not sure what the max level you could reach at this point would be, but I think quite a bit higher. Yeah, and basically, the only thing that prevents this from being completely AFKable is you actually have to allocate skill points pretty often. But I was on Reddit on my phone doing this, so it's absolutely a great way to get gold. I think you only really need about 100 million to max everything out, though, so it's a little bit overkill. So if you want to do a little bit of a shorter run, you definitely could. I think with the right luck, you might be able to, at like kind of the 50-minute mark, maybe hit 100, 200 million. To be honest, like once you hit 200 million, getting the last 400 million isn't necessarily that much. It's kind of, it kind of increases exponentially your gain rate, right? So yeah, I think at this point I asked in the Discord, and someone was nice enough to respond to me and let me know that 500 million was the most. I think I kind of wanted to get to 1 billion because that kind of seemed like a fun break point. All throughout the game, I was kind of like, there would be like a different break point that I wanted to get to. At 60 minutes in game, I was close to like 1 million a minute. And then we went up to like 500 million by 70. So yeah, that shows you how fast it goes. And then I just suicide. It does actually show you on this screen kind of the additional gold that you got. It looks like we got another like 65 million there since we hit 500. But yeah, that is the run. I was not expecting it to go off like that. But if you want to earn yourself a lot of gold very quickly, this is definitely the method. I don't think there's going to be much of a way to beat that. Thank you guys for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe.